Hello, everyone. Um, Today, I would like you to listen to this recording and know what is to be expected when you get to class next time we meet. So, our next project will be artist trading cards, and we will focus on the elements of art and principles of design. So, first, we can start out with talking about what is an ATC, which is an artist trading card. They're known all around the United States and the world. It is a 2.5 by 3.5 inch size piece of paper or cardstock. And what you do is you create your image on these cards with all types of mediums, crayons, colored pencils, construction paper, fabric, glitter, gems, whatever you'd like. And you would make several to show your style. A lot of artists use them to get their artwork out there. They sign them. They make sure that something on the card looks the same on all of them, so people know how to distinguish whose is whose. And you can purchase these already cut up at different art supply stores, but I will have these materials for you in class when you get here. Next, we will talk about the elements of design and the principles, or the elements of art and principles of design. Sometimes you can call them elements of design as well. I like to refer to them as elements of art. So the elements of art are line, shape, color, value, form, texture, and space. And we can talk about that more in class, but I will have some examples on the next slide. And then the principles of art or design is pattern, contrast, emphasis, balance, scale, harmony, and rhythm. Here are some examples to your right. You can look and see the different examples that they give you on this sheet, and it'll give you a description that you can read through if you would like. But here's the next slide that we will talk about the different elements of art. The first one is line. So you can see lines can be thick, skinny, long, short. Everyone pretty much knows what a line is. These are shapes, so from lines you can make shapes, and that's another element. Third one is color. Fourth one is value, so the shading process that we've talked about. The fifth one is form, so more of the 3D shapes. Texture, so if you try to make texture, you're trying to create almost like a 3D form, but trying to portray either rocks or wood or gravel, that kind of stuff. And the last one is space. So being aware of where you put your objects and shapes and where you put your different designs and how you place them. So the next set of terms we will look at is the principles of design. So the first one is pattern. So everyone kind of knows what pattern is, whether it be on your clothes or a wall or different patterns, even in nature, some leaves. The next one is contrast. You can kind of see the example between black and white. It can be with other colors, other designs, other shapes and lines. Next one is emphasis. So you can kind of see the emphasis word is covering it up now, but emphasis is, it's emphasizing that one yellow hexagon. So that's emphasizing that one. It can be with color, line, shape, different forms. The next one is balance. And you can see this in this painting where it's not a balance of weight, obviously, but it kind of goes into the balance of where they put the different objects in the portrait that they made. So there's the jar in the top left corner, but it's also balancing out because there's some pears in the bottom right. Next one is scale. So you can see the fish or the whale is much bigger than the boat, so the scales, knowing what seems normal, what's not, proportion wise, that's something to think about. Harmony, you can see the blues, the colors are close on the color wheel, so it creates harmony when you do that. And the last one is rhythm. You can also see that harmony also plays a fact into this image that I picked for rhythm, but you can definitely see the rhythm within the lines and the design that they chose. But this creates another point. All of these can be more than one type of element of design or art, and the principles of art and design. So a lot of them kind of play off of each other. and it's easy to see that there's many of these examples within one type of um, portrait or drawing. So what you will do before coming to class, I would like everyone to create 2 sets of 7, so 14 in total, ideas for your artist trading cards. Each of the 2 sets should have a theme or reoccurring idea or image. When doing so, keep in mind how you can incorporate the elements of art and principles of design. So the 2 main points that I want you to think about when creating these sketches is each card must have 1 element of art and 1 principle of design. And then the next one, all elements and principles must be used at least once. So when I did this, I made sure that every card had 1 of the elements of art and 1 of the principles of design, and then crossed those off my list and moved on. Again, a lot of these might happen more than once, and that's fine. Naturally, it happens if you want to add color into all of them. That makes complete sense. But just make sure that you use up all of them and you're practicing all 14 elements and principles. And so that's all I would like you to do before class. When you get to class, I will have all the materials for you. We will workshop all of our ideas and sketches as a class. And by the end of our discussion, hopefully you should pick 1 of the 2 ideas that you've sketched out. So 1 set of trading cards to make into your own deck of trading cards. So again, I'll have all the cards ready for you and all the materials needed if you would like a different type of medium other than the materials in our classroom, which are markers, colored pencils, crayons, paint, construction paper. And I also have glue too. Please feel free to bring those to class if you have any fabric at home that you want to use, or some glitter or buttons or gems that you want to put on your artist trading cards. That's completely fine. Again, it's all mediums, so whatever you would like. So on this last slide, I want you to look at all of the examples that there are. So all the teacups, you can see that they're a set because they all represent they all have a teacup in each of their compositions. So there's obviously different elements and principles, but you can pick out all of them to be a set on their own. And then here's a set of, the theme is bees. So you can tell, even though there's not a single item or image that is reoccurring in all of them, you can tell that they're a set because of what the artist did in the corners and how they incorporated bees and nature into all of them. And then the bottom one is just a simplistic one. You're more than welcome to do that, but I'd like to see more of a reoccurring theme or image. These, you can tell that they're together because of how they wrote the different elements of art and principles. And that's nice, but I would like to see more of an image and reoccurring theme. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me, but that's what we will be doing next time when we come to class.